Welcome. I'm Heather. Thanks so much for joining me for chair yoga today, a practice to help you find your center, to work out some kinks and some stress that we pick up throughout our days in a very gentle way, focusing on keeping our optimal alignment in our upper body. So if you'd like to get comfortable on your chair, and we're just going to take a few moments at the beginning to arrive, to deepen our connection to our whole body and to our breath. So we're going to start with a physical body scan. If you'd like to start with your feet and just feeling where your feet are in contact with the support beneath. Just bring your focus there. And then slowly bring your attention up, your lower legs, your knees. We're pausing just to really get a sense of how our body's feeling and doing, and cueing into the subtle sensations through the upper legs, and through the hips, and notice your body sitting on the chair where there's contact with it, allowing that to settle a little bit deeper. Let your weight sink down, deepening your foundation. Feel a little more grounded in your body. And then slowly let your awareness flow up from your hips to your belly, from your belly through the middle of your torso, up through your chest, your shoulders, and on your right side, your right shoulder, your right arm, your right hand. Back up your arm, across to the left side, left shoulder, left arm, left hand. Both hands resting. Bring your attention slowly up your arms again to your shoulders, your neck. And up through your head, releasing any tension in your face or in your jaw. And let's sink our attention back down into the body, this time right down into the core of your body to observe the sensation of your breath. And notice the places that you feel your breath. Notice where your inhale's going. And notice where your exhale's going. And just without even changing your breath at this point, just to kind of get a sense of where it's at and your natural rhythm. You want to come into more complete whole body breathing. So we'll make sure that our breath is first sinking down towards the belly. As you continue to inhale, it will float up. It'll feel like it is flowing up through to your chest. We'll pause for a few seconds and then we'll exhale and release like a wave. It'll feel like releasing from the top of your shoulders down to your belly. And just to get a nice rhythm today, I'm going to count you through this practice. Okay. So we're going to count to 4 on the in breath. We're going to hold for 4. And then on the exhale, the first 3 or 4 times, we're going to breathe out through the mouth. And we're going to see if we can get the length to be double the inhale. So we're going to count to 8 on the exhale. And we're going to do that, to slow down the stream of air leaving your body, we'll breathe out through pursed lips. So it's a smaller opening, like you're blowing out through a straw. We'll see if we can do that a few times. Okay. When you're ready, we'll make sure we're at the end of an exhale. And then in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Couple more. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just all take a deep breath in. Hold the breath for a few seconds and then release it with a sigh. So more of an open mouth. Make some sound. Couple more like that, just on your own time, inhaling deep. Pause for a few seconds and then let go with a sigh out through your mouth. Like you're trying to fog up a mirror. Inhale one more time. Hold it and release it. Good. It's a wonderful way to regulate your nervous system, to help you feel that calm presence. So the breath is one of our best tools to help us get back to our baseline and down regulate our system. Okay, so just noticing how you feel now. Not just physically, but internally. What's the internal weather like report within yourself? It's always good to check in like that. Every day is different. Just like there's weather outside constantly changing. We often forget that that's very symbolic for how we experience ourselves as well. So just tune in, check in. And without criticism or judgment, we're just noticing. Some days we feel a little more whatever, pleasant, unpleasant. We have both experiences fairly consistently. So the whole thing is we just observe, we connect to that part of us that is more of that pure observer of it all, that doesn't get attached to anything. It's just noticing. And then if you'd like, I'm going to come away from the back of the chair and sit a little bit more in the middle of the chair here for our movement practices. So just again, make sure you feel grounded and stable and aligned. So if we do a little shifting on our chair with our hips, we can even rock a little from side to side and feeling your weight shift from one hip to the other. And then see if you can come back and center your weight right on top of those sit bones. So I like having the firm chair because then I know exactly where you can kind of feel those sit bones right underneath, and you can sit right, making sure we're sitting right on top. There's also the pelvis here that can either be tilted slightly back or forward. So we'll play with that and just see if we can find our center from moving in and out of it. So we're tilting the pelvis forward. So you can put your hands there if that helps you to feel that movement, and then we'll tilt the pelvis back. So this movement is really focused on the lower body, the lower part of your torso. And then we'll see if we can start to coordinate our movement with our breathing, inhaling when we tilt forward, the belly comes forward, exhaling, and the belly comes in a little bit. You pull your navel in towards your spine, and there's a little bit more of a length to your lower back. Inhale, curving your lower back. And exhale, we're arching a little bit more, pulling the belly in. We'll continue that for a few more breaths. It's a really good way to loosen up if you have lower back pain or tension, stiffness. And then we'll come back to center and see if we can find that central position. Once we have our center here in our lower torso, it's our foundation so that we can pretty naturally come up, and just allowing the shoulders to be in line with the hips, chest nice and open for a moment, feeling that. And then we're going to roll now. So I'm going to suggest to put your hands back on your hips so you can really tune into this movement in your pelvis. And we're just rolling around, spiraling here. Do a few more rotations. Keep breathing, keep tuning into your breath. I say that often. Sometimes we actually stop breathing a little bit when we're ultra focused on what we're trying to do. And just kind of see if you can bring your awareness to both your body and your breathing at the same time. Okay. I said switch direction, right? I hope I did. If you haven't, you can switch direction. And then we'll come back to center. And just placing your hands on your knees, and we'll do a little bit of an arch through the back. So a little bit more focus now on the mid to upper back. And inhale and open your chest. Let your shoulders roll back and down your back. Your chin lifts slightly. And let's see if we can partner this with the breathing. So inhale, open. And exhale to arch and sink your chin. And just go back and forth, wave-like movement. Follow your breath, helping to loosen everything up in a really gentle way. So Some days we do have pain in our bodies. It's just part of being human. It happens to all of us. And just on those days, tune into our body and see what it's trying to tell us. And be really, really, really gentle. Okay, we'll do that a couple more times, just moving back and forth. Opening the spine, getting that movement through it. And then this time, as you inhale, you can slide your hands back towards your hips, pull your elbows back a little bit more, and lift your chin. Just hold that for a few breaths. Feeling the chest nice and open. And then on your exhale, we'll let the hands come forward. We'll pull the belly in. We'll let the shoulders around forward, the chin down. And just arching through your back gently, okay? And then on your next in-breath, come back to center. Let your shoulders release. Next thing we'll do is a little twist, okay? So we're gonna come over to the left side. So when we do this, we wanna keep our legs in positioning. It might even help to hug something. So if you did have a cushion or a block, you can hug the block, or even just pretend you have one there and do a little bit of inner squeeze. And then we're just twisting through the ribs, the shoulders, keeping the hips where they were, sitting up nice and tall, feeling through your back, and breathing here. Let the breath keep you anchored in your body and in your experience of being in this shape. And if it feels good on your exhalation, only when your body feels like it wants to go a little bit deeper. If you feel some release, then you can push into your leg with your hand. You can go just a little touch deeper, only if that feels good. And then slowly release, come back to center. Okay, inhaling and exhaling. At the end of this exhale, you can slowly find your twist on the other side. Again, just trying to keep those legs centered, the hips centered. You can do that little squeeze of the inner thighs or the knees towards each other. You can rest your hand on the outside edge of your knee, however you'd like. I like to put the back of my hand on the knee. Just make sure the chest feels open, the shoulders relax down the back. And again, if you notice that there's been some release, maybe not today, and that's okay. But if there is, you're getting more comfortable, always just go a little bit deeper, spiraling on your exhalation. So push your hand against your leg, move on the twist on the exhalation into your twist. And then slowly unwind. Come back to center, releasing that. And just tuning into your back as it starts to let go a little bit more. Roll your shoulders out. So inhale, and we can slowly bring them up. Exhale, let them roll down. A nice internal massage for your shoulders. So just feeling them move around. We'll go in the opposite direction. moving slowly with your breathing. And then letting that go. Just a little bounce of your shoulders up and down. If you wanted to do this with your breath, you could inhale, exhale, inhale as you lift, exhale as you release. It becomes little quick breaths in and out. The breath is really good when we partner it with our movement. It helps to move that energy through wherever there's some stickiness, wherever we feel a little stuck. And this is an area we get a lot of stuckness, a little blockage to our energy flow. So just go a few more times. And then inhale, squeeze the shoulders up to the ears, hold the breath. And then exhale, release with a sigh. Let go through your upper body, your shoulders. Release, feel your shoulder blades settle. Lift the chest and roll through the head. We're going to roll, just half roll to start the neck rotation. Let go of any tension in your jaw. You want to make sure your jaw is nice and relaxed. It's very closely linked to how our neck is feeling. If you hold a lot of tension, we can feel it in the skull and the neck. And then this time as you roll your head to one side, we'll keep it there. So I'm going to the left side and angling the ear over the shoulder on the other side. So on my right side, I'm going to bring my right hand down, just holding onto the chair somewhere. On the other side, left arm comes up. I'm not pushing my head. I'm just resting my hand there. Even just a tiny little bit of weight is enough. For this side neck release. And just stay here for a few more breaths. And before we release completely, we'll angle that chin down towards that side of your chest, towards the left side. If you're angled towards the left, you can reach your right hand back a little bit more. And hold that for a couple more. And then next inhale, just lift your chin. You can release your hand from your head. Lift your chin slightly angled towards the left. And then release it back to center, rolling your chin down towards your chest. We'll end up landing on the other side, ear in line over the shoulder, holding on to the chair. If you're angled to the right, left hand to the seat of your chair, your right hand could come up around. Hold this for the next few breaths. Always guide your attention back. So, for example, our mind will wander. And our practice, our yoga practice is returning back to our center again and again and again, as many times as it takes. Eventually, you will start to feel more rooted to your center. There are days when the practice, feels more difficult than others, but those days we typically need to find our center more. So, because the mind will take us in all these different directions, you can slowly release and just angle the chin down towards the right side of your chest. The mind will take us in a million different directions, and that it can be very depleting because wherever our attention goes, our energy flows. So we want to keep our focus on ourself in our yoga practice. We want to build up the reserves of energy within. So we feel more of our vitality return to us. And then just lift your chin up a little bit, just angled. You can release your hand. And then release and roll back to center. Maybe it feels okay to roll your head all the way around. Maybe not. Just tune into that. Necks can be very stiff and crunchy sometimes, so we want to make sure we're not forcing it. We'll go in the opposite direction a few times. And then we'll return back to center. One more thing for the neck, a simple turn of the head from side to side. We'll turn it to the left slowly, come back to center, and turning it to the right. We'll inhale back to center, exhale to one side, inhale center, exhale to the other side. We'll do that one more time. See if you can keep your focus on your breath, on your movement, and come back. Okay. Just release your jaw. This will be kind of funny, but it's a really good technique when you feel like we've been holding a lot. So we're going to stick our tongue out towards our chin. Let's take a breath in. We'll do it with partner with our breaths. We'll do what's called the lion's breath. It's really good this time of year too, because it can help to bring up excess mucus that gets trapped in the throat, the lungs. So it's really good for clearing. We'll take a deep breath in. If you want to make it really silly, and this is an exercise for the eyes, is you try to look at the nose as you exhale and stick your tongue out. So you'll look really funny. And you open your eyes up nice and wide. Yeah, have fun with that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Try to look at the tip of your nose and open your eyes. One more time. Good. All right. Come back to center, hopefully with a little smile on your face. It's good to be silly. We're going to do a side bend. So we're going to bring the right arm up and exhale. Now, when we come over, just try not to lose the weight on that right side, the right hip, and lean over, extending through your sideline. Inhale, rising, not releasing just yet. We'll go back into it with a little bit of flow. Okay, inhale to come up. Just to move up those. We'll do a couple more times like that. Good. This time, reach and extend, and then let the arm come down. We're going to circle it across the body and then opening to the other side, reaching it up. Let's go back into the side bend and then full rotation of your arm. Inhaling on the way up. Exhaling on the way down. Let's do one more full rotation. Okay. Inhale to come up. Reach up, but at the same time, let your shoulder blades settle down your back. And one more time, we'll come into our side bend. Sink it through both hips. And inhale to come up and exhale to release. Release that arm. Okay, just shake out through your hand a little bit. Shake out through your fingers. It's really good for getting the circulation, which gets most sluggish in our extremities, like the hands and the feet, especially in the winter. So just give it a little more shake. And then let that shake come up a little bit more into your arm. So you feel it at your shoulder too, your upper arm. Okay. Before we release, just one more good shake. Shake, shake, shake that whole arm. And then let it go. Notice if you can feel an enhancement of your arm and the vitality in it. Can you feel that? A little bit of tingling, vibrational experience there. We'll bring the arm up to face, so the palm faces the ceiling. We're going to take our other hand and just stretch the wrist a little. So pushing back gently on your fingers and keeping this arm straight. So just keep your elbows straight, okay? Holding that for a few breaths. And releasing. And then we're going to flip the arm over. I'm going to bring the other hand to the back of the hand. I like to bring my thumb to the center of the palm. And just a little bit of a push down again. Keep your arm nice and straight, your arm parallel to the floor. And just a little bit of, so you might even like do a little, feels like a little massage with your thumb. As you do this, and as you're doing it, you're pushing your hand back so you can kind of feel into those different places you can get into here. And then let that go. Just shake out through the hand again. Rolling through your wrists a little bit more. Just like the neck, wrists get a little bit crunchy too. So we want to make sure we're getting that movement into it. And we'll just let go of that arm. Okay, we'll start on the left side. We're going to lift the left arm up, exhale it over. Inhale to come back, just to center, straight up. Exhale over. Just go back and forth a few more times. Moving with your breath. It's really got to, it helps the mind when you flow with your breath because you're needing to focus on that, right? Gives your mind something to do. And stay tuned into how this feels, okay? And then this time, inhale up, exhale over. And then we'll let that arm reach to the side, rolling it down, opening it up on the other side. Keep it going for a few rotations. Okay, inhaling out. Exhaling one more time over for a little bit more of a hold. And then inhale to rise, exhale to release. Feel that arm start to shake out a little through the hand. Just start with lots of movement at the fingers, the hand. Let that movement come up slowly through your arm. A little bit more movement at the shoulder. Keep breathing here. Keep doing it. I want to get that circulation in the arm, the hands. Shake, shake, shake. A little bit more. And then let that relax. Let it release. feel the tingling, the vibration, the energy flow in your arm. Let's bring that arm up slowly and palm facing up. We'll do a wrist stretch here, straight arm, gently pushing back on those fingers. Good, try to push back on the thumb too. And then we'll slowly release and bring that hand to face the other way and push back. Fingers straight down. Do a little massage for your palm, around your thumb. Stretch maybe up into your arm, getting to know how your body's all connected. And then just shake that out again. Shake, shake, shake. Okay, we're gonna come off the chair for a few minutes. So just do that slowly. Let's do it slowly. We'll work on a little bit of strengthening here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be in a right angle. Maybe the feet are a little bit closer in, actually, towards your chair. Put your hands on your thighs and very slowly lift off your chair, okay? So push into your feet, come up slowly, lifting your hips, coming into our chair pose, off the chair, and then slowly come down. Make sure you land on your chair, please. But slow and controlled movement, okay? Pushing into the feet, the legs, holding the chair for a few moments. And then just coming down slowly with control, landing on your chair. And we'll do that 2 more times. Slowly up, holding your chair. Your back is nice and aligned, nice and straight. Your shoulder blades sling down. You can always pull your elbows back. And then slowly come down. We'll just do that 1 more time. Coming up. Elbows back, shoulders released. Legs strong. Holding your chair for 3, 2, 1. And we'll release again. Just take a little break from that. Shake out through your, let's roll out through the ankles. We are going to come off the chair, but we'll just roll the ankles first. Okay, opposite direction. Flex and point. And then other side, roll through the ankle. Opposite direction. Flex and point. And then come back to center. Coming off your chair slowly. We will use our chair to have a nice spinal stretch. But first, before we do that, let's just put the chair to the side, and we might use it as a way to help us balance a little. We're going to stand on one side, lift up the other foot, just shake out through the foot, just like we did with the arm. Just shake a little bit. Take your leg to the side. Maybe that helps to get into that. Really gets the chi flowing in the body when you do shaking. Okay. And then just set that leg back down. If it feels like you want to switch to the other side, switch your chair. And then just start a little bit shaking. And release that, standing up nice and tall, feeling your legs. We want to get that circulation flowing in them. So maybe you could just keep your chair on the one side and just lift up. We're going to do a few hip rotations. Whatever makes sense. If you don't have enough space, you can move your chair, standing strong on that standing leg. So Making sure we're not collapsing into the hip, keeping that standing hip nice and open. Roll through the knee. Opposite direction. Okay, and then letting go that side. I think I'll switch my hand or my chair around again and just lifting up the other leg. I'm just rolling through the hip. Opposite direction a few times. Stand up nice and strong and tall on that standing leg. So you're not collapsing into the hip joint. You're not letting your hip push out to the side. You're pulling it in. Okay, then set that back down. Might bring our chair to the front of your mat again. We can hold on to the chair a few times. What we're going to do now is we're going to come up through the heels and very slowly down back again. Okay, so this can be done using the chair. If you want to challenge yourself, you can bring your arms up. This is a little bit of a challenge. And then down and up. You can always go back to the chair if you need. And down. So coming up and down through your feet, slow, focused, controlled movement. And 2 more times. Last one. Good. Exhale. Releasing that. We'll bring our hands to the back to the chair. We're going to step back with the right foot and get into a little bit more of a stretch for that back leg. So you could, again, just lift that back heel up and down a few times, getting into the calf muscle. Breathing here, you could inhale up, exhale down. Again, you want to challenge yourself a little bit today. You could inhale up, arms sweeping. Exhale down, arms releasing, sinking back through your heel. Let's find whatever you need here today. And last one. Sinking down to your back heel. And we will straighten the front leg. We are going to hinge forward from the hips. And this is, I really recommend using your chair for this one. If you can slide your chair forward, you can use it as a way to help you lengthen out through your back. As you push your hips away from the chair, so hips are pulling back, sink down into your back heel. Push your hips back and just let your chair slide forward if you can. If you're on carpet, it might be a little tricky, so you might have to move it. Or you can always step your feet back to find that length in your upper body. Breathe here. Elongating your whole spine, keeping your neck in line with your spine. It's not dropping your head, okay? Just hold for another breath or so. When we're ready to come out, we're going to bring most of the weight into that front foot, lifting your back foot up and forward, standing up for a moment, feeling into your body after doing that. It's really nice. Nice stretch here. Okay. I'm just going to bring my chair back a little so it's on my mat. This first one, stepping your left foot back. Okay. And we'll go up and down through that back heel a few times. You can keep your front knee bent. Inhale to come up, exhale to come down. Go back and forth. And then again, if you want to challenge yourself, you could lift your arms as you reach your, or lift your heel, exhale to come down, swing your arms back. Find a focal point if you're doing this to keep your balance in it. And we'll do that 2 more times. Nice flowing movement. Last one. Releasing. Good. Now sink back into the feet, into that back heel. Push your hips back and begin that extension through your back. At the same time, you're straightening your legs, you're pushing your hips back. You're also lengthening out through your spine, reaching forward. Find a nice gentle stretch in your body. Stay for a couple more breaths, deepening it. And then last one. When you're ready to come out, take the weight into that front foot, bend your knees, step your back foot in, stand up nice and tall. Feel your whole body here, standing up nice and tall. Maybe getting a little more length in your spine after that. We'll just do one more standing pose. This one, you've got your choice. I'm going to show you from the side. So we could go back into a very similar stretch we did, but this time both feet are going to be underneath the hips and you're forming like a right angle. That could be nice. That could be enough. If you want, you could take the seat of the chair for the hands. So bring your hands down a little bit lower. This is going to deepen it a little bit more. So it's totally up to you what feels good today. Just try to find your alignment through your spine. So no matter what you're doing, you want to find alignment. You want to see if you can bring your arms in alignment with your back. So your ears will be in line with your upper arms. You're gently pushing your hips back. And just give it a couple more breaths. Okay, plant it through your feet. When you're ready to come out, just walk your feet a little bit towards the chair. This is kind of nice if you do have your seat accessible. I like to do like a supported forward bend after that, where you just let your, so I would use, if I really wanted some nice head support, this is great. When you have a headache, is to actually rest your head wherever you kind of meet, use the support to kind of meet wherever your head naturally wants to land here. And then just rest your head, and it's can be quite therapeutic when you're feeling a lot of tension and stress. Okay. And just hold for a couple more, but you're welcome, of course, to come out if you need. Always welcome, always encouraged, I should say, to come out of any posture when you need to. You want to always be guided from what your body's telling you it needs and listen to that. Okay, so we can push into the seat of the chair, slowly start to make our way up. We might just rest halfway so that we can, let our blood pressure return back to normal. We're going to inhale, bend the knees, come back slowly, upright. Aligning your body the best you can so your shoulders are over your hips. Your knees are not locked. Your weight is balanced through your feet, with your toes pointing forward, and not too much weight at the very back of your heel, not too much weight at the very front, just an even distribution between the front and back of your feet. Okay, so we'll come back to the chair to close off the last 5 minutes or so. So again, just have anything you need beside you. We'll do just 2 more things before we sit for a few minutes. So just to get a little bit more extension through the arms, we're going to reach back. So I'm going to come to the front of the chair. It looks like this from the side. So I'm right at the front of the chair and just reaching back with the arms. Really nice way to open them up. Just make sure, again, you're nice and firmly supported here on your feet in your seat. Reach your arms, let your shoulders kind of just relax forward. Yeah, if you want a little bit more out of this, you slide your arms up the chair. If you have a chair that supports you to do that. And just breathe and allow this nice release to occur. Getting that nice stretch in the front of the chest. Just take one more breath here. At the end of the exhalation, release your arms, bring them down in front. Sit up nice and tall for a moment. Relax your shoulders back, elbows back. And then lean forward. Maybe your feet and knees are a little bit wider. Just see how it feels to come forward. You can hang out with your lower arms resting on your thighs and just to get a little more stretch in that low back. See how that feels. This could be enough to be halfway over, or you can let your arms reach towards the floor and let your head go. Okay, slowly slide your arms back up to your thighs. So your hands are resting on your thighs. I'm just going to do a little twist before we come out of it. Look to the left, look to the right. One more time each side. And come back to center and then sit up nice and straight and tall. Take a few moments there. We're going to rest again for a few moments in like a seated meditation. So if you want, you can support your back again. Okay, find a seat, comfortable seat to do our ending. If at this point you really want to do the full out Shavasana on your back, you're welcome to, of course. But we'll just sit and close the eyes, drop down and into the body. Again, just centering with focus on the legs and the feet. And then on the hips. Bring your focus to your belly, your low back. Breathing here. Feeling sensation of breath here. Slowly coming up to the middle of your torso, right in the center. Pause with your focus here. Bring it slowly up to the center of your upper chest. Deep inside. Very soft breath here. Breathing in and out of your upper chest, your heart space, softening, relaxing your shoulders, your arms, your hands. And just feeling your heart, breathing, softening. Bringing your awareness up to your throat, the center of your throat. Feel the sound or hear the sound of your breath, the center of your throat. Softening your neck. Open through your throat. Releasing through your jaw. Bottom jaw releases from the top. Lips soften. Tongue softens at the roof of your mouth. Your eyes soften. You can bring the focus to the center of your forehead. And up through the crown of the head. Just above the head. Bring your focus there. Imagine a light here, a golden light. Beautiful light shining brightly and illuminating. It's almost like it's the light being turned on. It flows down, illuminating your entire body with light. It just like washes down around your body on all sides and inside your body, being illuminated with that beautiful light, the light of awareness. Now through the inside of your body, shining down through your legs, out through the soles of your feet, down into the earth. Just imagine your whole body surrounded in an orb of light. And your whole body, every cell is absorbing this healing light. As you breathe, starts to grow even brighter. It starts to expand even more out into the space around you. Just use your imagination. Rest in this light for just a few more breaths. This light awakens the blueprint of vitality and health in every single cell in your body. Purifying, cleansing, healing every single cell. And then just take a few slow, deep breaths in and out. Bring sensation back to more of your physical body after becoming aware of that. We call that our light body, the more subtle nature of ourself. So you might even just rub your legs or start to wiggle your fingers and toes. You can rub your palms together. Create some nice energy between your palms. And once you feel your palms nice and warm, that energy, you can let it wash over your face, like you're giving yourself an energy wash through your face, through your skull, just wherever you want it. To your shoulders, down your arms, then your legs. More fully returning, but keeping that focus on yourself. Come back to it. Come back to it throughout your day. Come back to that centeredness, that presence that you're building, that strong core center connection. And every time you return, your connection gets stronger, so you can more easily return to it and to feel that sense of, whatever, it's peaceful. It starts to feel, it's who we really are. When we peel back all the layers that we build up around ourself, around our true self, we want to feel that core of that purity of who we really are, and let the light shine out. It's really nice and bright and open and flowing as you start to clear and release everything you need to let go of. So when you're ready, you can take your hands together at your heart. Create an intention if you like to work with intentions. Come back, maybe just to simply come back a few times throughout the day to yourself, to your breath. Thank you so much for joining today. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much.